State of New California Grievance number 45, Declaration of Grievance, Statement of Facts. We are in Vista, California at the county courthouse. This is a notice to all Californians. Grievance number 45. New California is a new state in development, exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Sections 3 and 4 of the United States Constitution. It is November the 27th, 2018. We are reading Grievance number 45. Statement of Intent. The citizens of New California have decided to remedy the abuse of power by the government of California by exercising their right to form a new state provided in the United States Constitution, Article 4, Sections 3 and 4. We are determined to live under a state government in the United States of America and under the Constitution of the United States. New California Declaration of Independence of January 15, 2018 states, whenever any form of government becomes destructive, it is the right of the people to alter, to abolish it, and to institute new government. When a long train of abuses and acts to seize and hold the people's power without legal authority and pursuing invariably the same object that clearly demonstrates a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Preamble of the new California State Constitution states, we, the representatives of the undersigned counties within the state of California, do acknowledge and humbly invoke the favor of Almighty God for continued civil and religious liberty to ourselves and our posterity. First Amendment of the United States Constitution states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. The counties of New California bring forward 95 grievances to be announced in public on Tuesday at 11 a.m. each week. State of New California, Grievance number 45. Declaration of Grievance, Statement of Facts. People of California are suffering from a tyrannical communist state government which fails to provide a Republican form of governance, enables and supports across its southern border the invasion of the United States of America by illegal foreign nationals, and protects vicious criminals who commit outrageous acts of violence upon the citizens of America, all caused by a government of and for a monoparty system led by a tyrannical dictator who openly defies federal law. California state government is in direct violation of the following. United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. California State Constitution, Article Declaration of Rights, Section 1, Subsection 32, Article 1, adopted 1879, Section 1. All people are by nature free and independent and have inalienable rights. Among these are enjoying and defending life and liberty, acquiring, possessing, and protecting property, and pursuing and obtaining safety, happiness, and privacy. Mass murder is now the order of the day. The California Communist governor, the monoparty government, along with their associates in the county and city levels, are engaging in mass murder of United States citizens living in the rural counties of California known as New California. With the deaths and destruction of the community of Paradise in Butte County, which occurred on November 8, 2018, it is obvious to those who have examined the evidence that the fire which consumed the town killed as many as 100 people and left over 800 people missing with no normal fire. The campfire is still under investigation by CAL FIRE, but as with the majority of fire started in California. We may never know what started the last fire, but rest assured, the lie from the communist California governor that the culprit was climate change and global warming is the narrative he wants everyone to believe. The facts are difficult to hide in the Paradise campfire, and the facts point to the direct involvement of the California communist governor, the monoparty system, the state, and local agencies and the media who have, by their acts of commission, created the instruments and circumstances which have led to the murders of hundreds of United States citizens living in California. Some estimates for those who are missing place the number as high as 3,000. Failure of the California communist governor and the monoparty system to clean and maintain rural California over the last 8 years has not been for lack of desire by certain citizens and even state units, but by deliberate acts to let fuel build in all rural areas of California. By using his veto power, the communist California governor stopped bills that would fund for the purpose of fire prevention in rural California. The same governor defunded numerous programs which their only function was to suppress fires by cleaning the forests and foothill areas. Local officials, not only in the Camp Fire, but in the Carr Fire and the Santa Rosa fires, have no advanced warnings of the fires once the fire started. We saw the same thing in the Oroville Dam disaster. When the emergency was declared, there was no way to alert the citizens. The reason was all the horns used at the fire stations and the evacuation areas were disconnected, and there was no emergency message alerts. Globalist traffic calming plans were put into effect in Paradise several years before the Camp Fire, which reduced from 4 lanes to 2 on the exit routes out of the town in the event of a fire. Acting as choke points and jamming traffic along the exit routes, many people were burned alive in their cars. The Governor's Office of Emergency Services, which is responsible for providing emergency services for displaced fire victims, failed to provide any noticeable services, thus leaving thousands of United States citizens in California to the elements. After several days of being out in the elements, fire victims, including mothers with newborn children, became desperate as disease spread in the camps set up in vacant lots. Insurrection. The government of California, the current governor, and the monoparty system, along with local officials, are following a coordinated design with the intent to actively engage in acts of insurrection against the U.S. Constitution. The Insurrection Act of 1807 is a United States federal law that governs the ability of the President of the United States to deploy military troops within the United States to put down lawlessness, insurrection, and rebellion. Illegal acts and tactics. Utilizing Marxist-Leninist and Maoist revolutionary tactics, the communist California governor, monoparty system, and local government officials support and celebrate these tactics as a means to introduce and subvert all aspects of California government and civil society in an attempt to destroy the state of California and break down the sovereignty of the Union of States of America. Acts of secession. Therefore, the California Communist government, in conjunction with the Communist State Executive, instituted wherever the current Communist governor has usurped power, has created a reign of terror on United States citizens living in California with the intent to secede from the United States of America and thus destroy the very union of states which secures our liberty and freedom. Abdication of authority. Betrayal by the sitting communist governor of California, the monoparty legislature, and local elected officials is evidence of the abdication of the responsibilities of authority and sovereignty over the states and citizens of the United States living in California. Prayer. The citizens of New California State pray for the President to exercise his authority under the Insurrection Act of 1807 to end the tyranny being foisted upon the United States citizens living in California State. This concludes these proceedings, NewCaliforniaState.com is the website, and the phone number is 877-828-2753.